Do you know more than 50% of the sales from Mercedes-Benz in India still come from diesel cars? That means petrol and electric combined still are not able to match the sales of diesel cars from Mercedes in the Indian market. And this car right here, the GLC, has been a significant contributor to that. Now, last year when the car was launched, just before that we showed you a first drive of the petrol version of the car. But now it's time to drive the diesel. This is the Mercedes-Benz GLC 220D. We're going to drive it and tell you, is this one worth your money? But before we go any further, if you still haven't, please go ahead and subscribe to Car and Bike. Also press the bell icon, and if you like this video, do share it with everyone you know.
The GLC has been a bestseller from Mercedes-Benz in India for a reason. It has always been a mix of a suitable body style, is not too small or big in size, is loaded with features, and importantly is within the reach of most buyers in the luxury segment. So let's get straight to the drive.
Just like the petrol, even on the diesel you get a 2-liter engine. Difference here is that you get lesser power, but importantly you get higher torque of 440 Newton meters. And the better part is that you get that at a very good point. So at 1800 RPM you get a peak torque figure of 440 Newton meters, which makes your drive more responsive, more pleasurable. But I would have liked the peak torque to stay with me for a bit more because it's only there till 2200 RPM. And if that being the case, the drive would have become even better on this GLC 220D. Along with the engine, of course, you also get a 48-volt mild hybrid setup, which ensures slightly higher power and also adds an additional peak torque figure of 200 Newton meter depending on the situation. So contributes in giving you a better drive and also contributes in giving you a slightly higher fuel efficiency. So on the 220D, you get a claimed fuel efficiency of almost 20 kilometers per liter. Yes, you heard that right. 19.4 is the exact number, much higher than the petrol version of the car. So if you drive a lot, this engine makes a lot of sense.
The figure is claimed to be 10% more than the previous version of the GLC. While the drive on the petrol model that we drove earlier was expected to be quiet, the diesel too really impresses with its NVH levels. Insulation is top-notch and any exterior noise rarely creeps into the cabin. It's also difficult to find faults with the 9-speed torque converter, and it performs to your expectations.
Now, one of the highlights that we've seen on the new GLC is its comfort suspension with adaptive damping system. It really balances out things very nicely, be it ride quality or even handling. So you guaranteed a comfortable drive on both the rows, but you also get good stability even while moving at high speeds. So especially on the front row, you don't really complain about that too much. On the second row, you might get some bit of body roll as we've seen on the petrol version of the vehicle. But then you also get 5 driving modes which help your case a lot. So you can choose between Eco, Comfort, Sport, Individual, and of course as an off-road mode as well. Choose your settings, how much power you want, how much efficiency you want, what is the steering response you want, and you can get a car that's tailor-made for your requirements.
For an SUV, the coefficient of drag is really good on the GLC, something that aids in better dynamics. Although with a car that's longer than earlier, there are times when you miss a rear axle steering here, especially because the GLC borrows a fair bit from its more premium siblings. But what's impressive is safety, and now the GLC comes with 9 airbags, which includes new side airbags for rear occupants. It only helps that the SUV has a standard all-wheel drive system, while the transparent bonnet feature is a boon when the roads turn bad. With a few ADAS functions thrown in, the GLC is a safe bet all around. When it comes to design, you just cannot miss the larger grille on the face and the horizontal slat that runs through it. 3D wraparound tail lamps and new LED headlamps fit in nicely, though digital lights are missing on the India spec model. However, a highlight are the running boards that come as standard, and that is likely to find many takers. You get 19-inch wheels on the SUV which suit its size just fine. This new gen is quite different from the previous one when it comes to dimensions. However, an AMG line version is still missing, which could have pulled some more buyers towards the GLC. Inside, you do get reminded of the C-Class a fair bit, but some cues will take you towards a few bigger SUV siblings too.
The good thing about the GLC is that, like many more expensive cars from the brand, you get a lot of interior and exterior color combinations. So it depends on what exterior color you're choosing, and then you can choose your interior theme. So if you don't like this light theme here, you can go for a darker look as well to give you a little more personalization and exclusivity. Petrol and diesel get the same features on the SUV. So you get Mercedes Me Connect. Hey Mercedes voice command system is all there, good to use. The nice big vertical touchscreen is there as well. And I like the angle, I like the clarity. It doesn't reflect light a lot, so it's very easy to use while on the move as well. It's not a dual screen setup in a single unit like many other cars from the brand. You get 2 individual screens. Apart from that, you also get a wireless charger, a big panoramic sunroof, and a nice 15-watt Burmester sound system. However, disappointingly, looking at the price of the SUV, what's missing here are massage seats. That's something that the brand ought to give in a car in this segment.
But you do get kinetic seats, and a recent update has ensured that the GLC now has the much needed heated and ventilated seats. The 12-inch driver display is as readable as ever and provides useful information. A power tailgate is also a worthy addition to the SUV.
Looking at its price, which is just 1 lakh rupees more than the petrol version, the GLC 220D comes across as a very sensible value for money option in this segment, especially if you don't live in and around the National Capital Region. When it comes to the drive, the highlights include a very impressive fuel efficiency, much higher than the petrol version of the car. Along with that, you also get a torquey engine which is quite responsive, and there's a good mix of ride and handling as well. Feature set remains the same as the petrol version of the car, and as I said, 1 lakh rupees more will give you a better value for money option in this competitive segment.